Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In this episode, I'm going to share my astrology update for July 2025. Stay tuned until the end of the episode when I give my zodiac predictions for each sun sign. Welcome to the episode on the astrology of July 2025. Stay tuned till the end to find out what's happening with your sun sign in July. I will share the key dates and astrological activity during the month of July and then go back and give more details. Can you believe 2025 is halfway over? Well, we hit one of those tough months of 2025 during July, resulting in many shifts and realignments. During July, there's a big retrograde redux as Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury join Pluto, retrograding. Neptune retrogrades in Aries on July 4th. Fireworks. Saturn backslides into Aries on July 13th, and Mercury retrogrades in Leo on July 18th. What has been done can be undone. Time really seems to be warping and speeding up as linear time and quantum time merge. Choose your reality wisely this month, as the big news is Uranus undulating into Gemini on July 7th, followed by Mercury and Saturn retrograde. Nothing is what it seems to be. Again, choose your reality wisely. Third dimensional power plays increase and higher dimensions beam in. Energy flows where our attention goes. So choose and discriminate where to put your attention. Here are the important dates in July 2025 in United States Eastern Daylight Time. On July 4th, Neptune retrogrades in Aries until October 24th, 2025. Also on July 4th, Venus transits into Gemini. On July 8th, Uranus transits into Gemini. And on July 10th, it's a full moon with the sun in Cancer and moon in Capricorn. On July 13th, Saturn retrogrades in Aries. July 18th, Mercury retrogrades in Leo. On July 22nd, the sun enters Leo. And on July 24th, the Leo new moon. On July 30th, Venus transits into Cancer. Lord of Karma, Saturn, and nebulous Neptune have been igniting fires as they transit Aries, rising the ire of the populace as they protest against unjust actions by those in power. So. Even when these outer planets retrograde during July, the fire will not go out. Saturn retrograde revolts against rash acts of those imposing unfair structures or dictates. Neptune retrograde on July 4th, as Venus jumps into Gemini, stirs up the rhetoric and triggers fireworks in the collective fray. The Venusian goddess transits into Gemini on July 4th, expressing herself through women standing up for their rights and rising together, wielding the power of Shakti awakens. Get ready in July to jump on the Uranian roller coaster as it twists and turns, jaunting into Gemini. On July 8th, erratic Uranus undulates into Gemini until November 8th, 2025. You think the world has been cray-cray so far this year? Just wait and see what a Gemini Uranus unveils. Inundations of information unfold, leading to Uranian undoing of some who have hidden crucial details. The world as we know it is about to change beyond what we could imagine. In astrology, Uranus in Gemini signifies a period of innovative and disruptive change in communication, technology, and learning. This transit, occurring roughly every 84 years, will last from mid-2025 to 2033. It's a 7-year transit, bringing a wave of unexpected developments and a need to adapt to rapid advancements. We get a taste of Uranian unraveling as it transits Gemini from July 8th through November 8th, 2025, retrograding on September 8th, 2025, giving us time to catch our breath.
Hallelujah!
I'll be doing a separate podcast on Uranus in Gemini and how it will affect each zodiac sign, so stay tuned. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra will be impacted in profound ways with Uranus transiting Gemini. Many changes, whether self-imposed or by the universe, will pop up, and you may have to be more willing to go with the flow. However, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius will be challenged and may feel uncomfortable with the erratic energies of Uranus. That's just a teaser. Find out more when you listen to my podcast on Uranus transiting Gemini. But here's a brief heads up on the key impacts of Uranus in Gemini for the next 7 years. We can expect a revolution in communication as there are potential breakthroughs in technology and communication methods, including the internet, digital media, social media, and more. Artificial intelligence is probably here to stay. The metaverse and other technologies will change our relationship with technology, and it will affect our social structures. There may be shifts in how we learn and are educated. There could be more adaptability in having to learn how to embrace new ways to integrate knowledge. Educational institutes will undergo major transitions and shifts. We have to be open-minded as new ideas come flowing in fast and furious. That being said, we could have some disruption with social structures, with transportation, with policies, with the electrical power grids, unfortunately. So we may have to prepare for that. There will be some great breakthroughs personally, collectively, more freedom. Uranus wants freedom at all costs. And with Gemini, we have the ruler of Aquarius in fast and furious Gemini. So put on your seatbelts for the next 7 years.
Rock and roll.
On July 10th, the full moon in Capricorn stimulates the impulse to protect security and home against those who want to restructure. Any kind of potential jeopardy to dear and long-standing foundations will not be tolerated. The full moon says buck off to those who threaten our way of life and Cancerian comforts. Recessionary realities creep in as economies reel from measures imposed that have fallen short. Moon in Capricorn forces reevaluation of the outer life, specifically in business and money matters, while Sun and Mercury in Cancer focuses on the inner life and creating comfort. This full moon asks us to look at how we can feel more comfortable and secure in our life, whether it is from recognizing the business and financial aspects of life to provide more security, or looking within for a sense of peace and stability. This full moon occurs at 4:27 a.m. Eastern Time on July 10th in Capricorn. The Sabian symbol for 19 degrees Capricorn is, quote, a 5-year-old child carrying a bag filled with groceries. The keynote is rising to the occasion when asked to assume social responsibilities ahead of one's normal development. It indicates a pattern of accelerated growth in both its negative and positive aspects. Rushing ahead of one's natural development may be damaging, yet we are living in a particularly dynamic period of human evolution, unquote. That description is by Dane Rudar in his astrological mandala. I feel like this could be the great awakening that is being accelerated by events occurring, which force more humanity to step it up and grow in consciousness now. Saturn retrogrades on July 13th, and this can stop and cease unwieldy developments in their tracks. Saturn retrogrades once a year, and this year it's retrograding in Aries, pivoting into Pisces on September 1st and ends retrograde in Pisces on November 27th, 2025, lasting a total of 4 months and 14 days. Saturn retrograde is hitting Aries for the first time since 1996. During this major astrological event, rethink your goals, your actions, and where you might have been too rigid or impatient. And what was going on during the last retrograde in Aries in your life in 1996. So from July 13th to November 28th, 2025, is Sirius Saturn, the planet that rules structure, responsibility, and long-term goals, will backspin, and we will also have it being affected by Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde, and Neptune retrograde. So, despite the urge to speed up and progress, Saturn retrograde is not the time to force big moves. Saturn is a planet that symbolizes the collective currents. At this time, many things have been fast-tracked forward due to those in power, especially in the United States. We will see things slow down or be put on hold, giving time for reversal and dismantling of damaging edicts, actions, and orders. Mercury moves retrograde on July 18th, joining Saturn in the fiery retrograde redux. Bombastic boasting quiets down for a bit. Mercury will be retrograde in Leo from July 18th to August 11th, 2025. This period will be marked by potential communication issues, misunderstandings, and challenges related to self-expression and creativity. Leos may experience the effects most intensely. As with all Mercury retro cycles, try to avoid making major decisions, signing contracts, or launching new projects during this time. As this retrograde of Mercury occurs in the sign of Leo, this could affect leadership, self-expression, and creativity. There could be communication breakdowns, and air travel could be more problematic than usual from mid-July through August, especially during early August due to Mercury retrograde in Leo, loosely opposing Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, an air sign. And then Uranus in Gemini is also aspecting Mercury retrograde. It's advisable to be cautious with communication, delay major decisions or launchings. This is a good time for reflection, introspection, and revisiting past issues to find closure or make adjustments. The Leo new moon of July 24th inspires, uplifts, and open portals through the Lion's Gate of 8/8 on August 8th. Get your creative groove back and don't procrastinate. Leo rules the heart, so find your heart leading you in your activities during this time, and don't overthink. It is optimal to go out to play and have some fun in the sun. This new moon at 2 degrees Leo marks the time of new beginnings related to self-expression, creativity, and passion. It's a period for reconnecting with personal passions and expressing individuality. New moons always signify fresh starts and new cycles. Reconnect and find the motivation to pursue personal projects and goals. This new moon with the sun and moon at 2 degrees Leo is heavily aspected or impacted by other planets. It is lit up by an opposition from Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius and aspected by Saturn and Neptune in early Aries, as well as Uranus in early Gemini. This may trigger the next level of cray-cray, and I'm glad I'll be back from my international travels by then. Things are going to heat up and get wild. The Sabian symbol of this new moon at 2 degrees Leo, according to Dame Rudar, is shocking. It's, quote, an epidemic of the mumps. The keynote is the spreading power of individual crisis through a collectivity. Thus, we are dealing with an infectious spread of individual experiences, unquote. Whoa. That can't be good. This is a precursor of what might unfold, especially since the new COVID variety called razor throat is on the rise in California. So we may see the spread of an actual disease or the spread of ideas that rouse and rally people in ways that make them stand up. But hopefully, I predict there will be a consciousness shift that affects the collective in a positive way. At month's end, on July 30th, Venus crawls into Cancer, sprucing up the home environment for summer soirees and relaxing respites. Venus in Cancer is prone to overindulge with sweets and treats. She worked so hard in Gemini and now just wants to relax before she comes back into the limelight in Leo. We may need to prepare for some elemental weather conditions in the coming months, including more fires, high winds, hurricanes, earthquakes, and more, as our human consciousness is forced to evolve. And not to end as a Debbie Downer, but air travel will continue to be precarious during late July and August 2025. So plan accordingly, but make the most of July and get ready to launch in the fall. Stay tuned for the part of the episode you've been waiting for, sun sign forecast for July 2025. Hey, Cosmic Scene listeners, Jill Jardine here, and I've got something out of this world to share with you. Introducing the Cosmic Tower, a revolutionary energy harmonizing device designed to uplift your space, restore vitality, and bring coherence to your life. It's like plugging into the cosmos right from your living room. These towers are transforming homes, clearing EMFs, and awakening higher frequencies. And now you can experience it for yourself. I recently received my very own Cosmic Tower, and the experience has been truly magical. I've been feeling drained from work with physical pain flaring up, but within 2 hours of setting up the tower, my energy returned, my spirit lifted, and I felt ready for life again. I am so excited to be living with the Cosmic Tower and want you to learn more about it. Check out the wellnessenterprise.com and tap into the frequency of the future. Use code COSMIC10, capital letters COSMIC 10 at checkout for 10% off your own Cosmic Tower. That's at thewellnessenterprise.com. Here we go. Sun sign forecast for July 2025. Happy birthday, Cancer. Cancer, this is a great time to celebrate and seed intentions for your upcoming solar year. So get really clear. It's your time in the sun, illuminating Jupiterian joy and expansion as Jupiter and the sun cavort together through your sign. So chase that dream, follow your goals, and even take a risk. On July 4th, Neptune's retrograde might bring some confusion, so it's important to be grounded and seek clarity, and don't make rash decisions later in the month when Mercury retrogrades. Your lucky days, Cancer, are the 23rd and 24th. Leo, you're getting ready to rock and roll when the sun transits into Leo on July 23rd, followed by the new moon in Leo on July 24th. Mercury retrograde in your sign from July 17th through August 11th may befuddle you or question the way you see yourself. This is when a lot of the changes that have been happening inside of you might be reflected in your external world. It can be very disorienting with this retrograde Mercury, but take this opportunity to play and have fun in your life and the way you approach others. Your lucky days, Leo, are July 24th, 25th, and 26th. Virgo, Leo planets light up your house of karma, resolving relationships and tying up loose ends before new beginnings blossom in late August. Starting July 4th, Venus vibes into your career sector, easing improvements and delivering resources. Reboot and recharge your battery during Mercury retrograde, transiting your 12th house. You'll be glad you took a break. Your lucky days, Virgo, are July 1st, 27th, 28th, and 29th. Libra, prepare for an eventful, abundant, and fun season ahead. Cancerian planets foster fond memories, and Mercury retrograde in Leo brings blasts from the past. Saturn retrograde in Aries triggers internal introspection. Don't overexert. Seek to balance your body, mind, and spirit this summer. Your lucky days, Libra, are July 2nd, 3rd, 30th, and 31st. Scorpio, Cancerian planets in early July make for a much needed respite and relaxation. Take a vacation from routine and go soothe your scorpionic spirits in healing waters. You receive intuitive insights when you slow down, rest, meditate, and enjoy life. This will be particularly true between July 11th and 28th, when your planet Mars experiences a cosmic reset, and so do you. Your lucky days, Scorpio, are July 4th, July 5th, and 6th. Sagittarius, new potentials and opportunities pop up under a supportive sun in Leo. Fun in the sun and romantic getaways are possible. Uranus lights up your life. Be vigilant in taking care of symptoms as they arise. Stay cool and keep out of the heat, as Sagittarian fires are stoked by planets in Leo and Aries. Your lucky days, Sag, are 7-7 and 7-8. Capricorn, take a break in July with Pluto retrograding and the sun in Cancer. You've got to feel it to heal it. Retrograde outer planets keep you processing deep-rooted subconscious patterns. Spanning between July 12th and August 11th, review some of your boundaries and contracts. The retrogrades of Saturn and Neptune on July 4th and 12th, respectively, bring about the need to ensure that your home life functions so that your personal life can thrive. Your lucky days, Capricorn, are July 9th, 10th, and 11th. Aquarius, Mercury retrograde in your house of relationships brings blasts from the past. Uranus shifting into Gemini puts you into hyperdrive, and you're ready to launch into new outer dimensions. The Leo new moon at month's end triggers endings and beginnings. You have experienced different timelines and future realities and want to share these revelations with others. Stay the course and attract your best life, Aquarius. Your lucky days are July 12th and 13th. Pisces, your sensitivities are activated and you may want to get away from the hustle and bustle. Relax and embrace your emotions in a balanced way. Your spiritual connection to Source is being fine-tuned, so allow yourself to receive and relax. You are dissolving obstacles to your happiness, and your intuition is heightened. Your lucky days, Pisces, are July 14th and 15th. Aries, embrace the spirit of surrender as Cancer planets square your sun, and Saturn and Neptune go retrograde in your sign. The July 4th retrograde of Neptune may give you insight into long-term and immediate goals. Seek soothing repose by ocean or lake close to home to balance all that fire. Your lucky days, Aries, are July 16th, 17th, and 18th. Taurus, planetary ruler Venus vibes and jubilant Jupiter in Cancer brings home the goods. Money and love can find you now if you are open to being flexible. Heads up around July 4th when an unexpected event or good news pops up. Venus activates your second house of finances starting July 4th, so be ready to receive. This is a time to know your worth and ask for what you want because you might just get it. Your lucky days, Taurus, are July 19th and 20th. Gemini, it's important to breathe deeply now, Gemini, as Uranus in your sign stirs up a whirlwind. Take your foot off the acceleration pedal and learn to go within. Cancer season rules your second house of money and abundance. So you might feel this area of your life expand during this time when the sun meets Jupiter. Good morning, stars shine. The earth says hello. Gemini, put on your seatbelt for that Uranian roller coaster. Your lucky days are July 20th and 21st.
It's a great time to book a reading. So check out my website, JillJardineAstrology.com/shop, and pick the kind of reading or service you would like.
I hope you enjoyed this episode on the astrology of July 2025. Remember to download, share, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. This is Cosmic Scene, sending undulating Uranian vibrations and cosmic currents into the quantum field.